Hey guys, well, welcome to another episode of Nurses Outside the Box. And today we're a very special nurse outside the box, Courtney Frady. It's so welcome to the show, Courtney. It's so good to have you.
Thank you. It's fun to be here.
Yeah, and you are a nurse practitioner,
Yeah.
and you work kind of for a new, unique organization. You want to just introduce the organization to us a little bit, because that's kind of new.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, I work for a company that's called Doctors Making House Calls. The name is a little bit deceiving. I feel like whenever I tell people that's where I work, they're immediately kind of, ooh, you go to people's homes. But in fact, we do. But the majority of our patients are actually in long-term care facilities, assisted living, skilled nursing, or independent living.
Okay.
So
Wonderful.
it's great. These hospitals are living places. They contract with our company. And we go in, we see our patients. It's a contract that they do independently, and we see from 2 to 15 patients a day as their primary care provider.
Wow, I love that. I always ask people first, what would make you a nurse outside the box? Can you explain a little bit? What would you consider why you are a little bit different than what people in general think about as nurses? Any ideas?
It's funny. I remember in nursing school, I think I was the only person in my class who had never even stepped foot inside a hospital.
Oh, really?
A lot of them were, they were CNAs or some kind of a tech of some sort. And so they had all this experience, or their mom was a nurse, or their grandma was a nurse. They're like third generation nurses. And I was not. In fact, nobody in my family has 1 ounce of medical knowledge. The first day I was in a hospital was on my clinical rotation. So that was different to me. And I remember going around the class and everyone was asked, what made you want to be a nurse? And I think, we all want to say it's because we like helping people. But I heard things like, I needed a good paycheck. I need good hours for my kids. And then it was my turn, and I just looked at my professor and I'm like, I genuinely like helping people. And I guess nobody says that these days, but I very much do. I'm also a nurse in the Army National Guard. So that's
so tell us a little bit about your history. I would love to hear about where you come from and how you got to where you are right now, also as a nurse practitioner. Tell us a little more.
So I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I was there for quite some time. I went and got a degree in exercise science at first. I thought I wanted to change the world through health and wellness and exercise. I got a little tired of working in a gym setting from like 5 to 10 o'clock at night. So I went active duty with the Army to try to figure some things out. And I don't know, I just randomly decided to go to nursing school because I thought that was not have a desk job, but still get to help people in a very genuine way. So I went to nursing school. Truth be told, it took about 3 weeks of me being a bedside nurse to realize I wanted to go back to be a nurse practitioner.
Oh, wow.
I know. I did 4 years of critical care nursing, a year of women's mother-baby. And at that time, I had 2 children. I got married. I moved like 3 times. I had 2 kids of my own. I took a 2-year break from grad school. And then I was like, okay, I have to go back. So I went back and I just finished in May.
So what made you decide so early on that you wanted to be a nurse practitioner? Why did you know that?
Because I realized that my child is coming down.
Okay, we like him too. Hi.
I guess because I realized, back to me really liking to help people, there's only so much that I can do as a bedside nurse. Like I see those people for the worst week of their lives for the most part, and then they go home and I never see them again. And I didn't want to stop there. I wanted to have a continuing care for them.
Right. I love it. Yes, you're really cute. So then you went to nurse practitioner, right? You became a nurse practitioner. Did that change any of what you wanted to do as you decide to become a nurse practitioner? Was there any moment where you decide, well, I really want to do this kind of care I want to make this kind of difference for people?
It's funny because I said I never wanted to do primary care. And then my last clinical rotation, actually a physician assistant that I work with in the military, she does primary care. And it was a small town. And again, just she knew everything about everybody. They loved her. She saw moms, dads, kids, grandparents, like the whole family. And that was really special to me. And it totally made me want to get into primary care.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So you graduated and then you went to this organization. Why did you do that? Curious.
So I have another friend in the military with me, and she worked there, and she was telling me about it and just how flexible her schedule is. I mean, she said that she was going to work around 9 and she was home by 1 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
As you can see, I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Very cute.
So I wasn't exactly ready to throw them in daycare, especially with COVID right now. So I thought, well, what if we get like a nanny and I can find a job that is very flexible to me and gives me exactly what I wanted out of my patient population. And so I interviewed, I was hired like immediately, and it's been great.
Wow. Yeah, you got hired during COVID. That's true.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Never gonna get hired. It was easy.
Was it? Yeah.
I had the job before I even graduated. So
wow.
Yeah,
wow.
It was great. It's a great company to work for. They're so flexible.
Yeah. What do you love most about it?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Oh, you're fine. It's part of life.
Hey, go watch it over there. Yep, go baby.
Okay, cute on it. My feet.
You're stuck.
Mom, cute. Turn this down a little bit.
I picked up an enemy grenade and threw it
Yep, go take it with Rainy. Okay, thank you. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You can cut that. No problem at all. And she was very cute, by the way.
So what
do you like most? What do you like most about what you're doing right now?
I like that I'm being forced to be independent and to really learn what I'm doing. I'm by myself in these facilities.
Right.
So I've found people that I can lean on and people that I can bounce questions and ideas off of. But for the most part, like I am very independent there. And it's forcing me out of my comfort zone to actually learn how to treat patients on my own.
I love it.
But again, I never thought I would do geriatric nursing either, or geriatric nurse practitionering.
Right.
It's a
Okay, so tell me about the population. What do you love so much about it?
I think especially during COVID, the elderly population really, they just want, I think, to talk to someone who's going to listen to them and make them want to share their stories about their lives and just sit down with like a cup of coffee and have small talk. They love it. And so I very much am a talker, and I can go in and we can talk, especially the elderly men. You start talking about the military.
Yeah.
They love it. They light up, they tell their stories, and just to be the one person that they have on a pretty regular basis to just open up and talk to, it's pretty special.
I love that. I love that. What do you see for your future? And what do you see in the future for nursing as well, especially within nurse practitioners in these kind of places, right? I'd love to hear what your thoughts are.
I honestly kind of think that nurse practitioners are going to take over the primary care world. I really do. I think doctors are going to be more specializing, which they probably would like to do too, I assume. I know at my company, they mostly employ nurse practitioners and PAs.
Really?
Yeah. I was looking, after you asked me that question, I was looking through, and the majority is nurse practitioners.
Wow.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense too. Are you able to work independently, or do you need to have a supervising physician at all, or are you independent?
I have a supervising physician. But again, like I talk to her maybe once a week, if
Right.
that.
So you have a lot of freedom.
So
awesome.
It was scary the first week or two, and it's still scary sometimes, but I know that I have the support there. If I do need to call anybody, they're going to help me through something, but it's been great so far.
I love it. So what would you give as a tip to nurses who are looking at this and they're like, well, that'd be kind of cool too? What would you say to them? What's a tip you want to give it?
So I remember in nursing school, I had this teacher who told me, you want options? She had a really thick accent. I don't remember where she was from, but she said, you want options? You get your master's. And
Yeah.
honestly, I can just say, it doesn't matter if you're going to go be a nurse practitioner, if you just want to go be a nurse educator, if you want to be, you know, the sky's the limit, I feel like, when you have your master's. And I would suggest that to anybody.
Awesome. Well, that's an awesome idea. No, you're good. Thanks so much for coming on this interview. I know it was wonderful. I love having kiddos there. So, and you're doing something amazing that I think a lot of nurse practitioners would be interested in. So thanks again. And for everybody listening, please share this. Please give this to other people. Do you want to say anything as a last word before we finish up?
No, I think I'm okay.
Okay, good. No, this is a wonderful interview. So guys, share this, please, because there's a nurse out there who may really very much do what you're doing here. So
Hopefully.
thanks again, guys. Okay, we'll talk later.